I'm standing inside of a home that was built by a family that helped build Sioux Falls. And what just happened in this city connects directly back to these walls, and it's going to change downtown Sioux Falls forever. Hi everybody, I'm Amy Stockberger, one of the broker owners at Amy Stockberger Real Estate right here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And if this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing in Sioux Falls, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every time we put out a new video. We get people calling us every single day about relocating to our beautiful slice of heaven. And if you're thinking about relocating to Sioux Falls area, give us a call, text, email. The number and info will be on the screen below. We've helped thousands of families not only relocate to our little slice of heaven, but also get fully integrated into our community. So today I want to talk to you about something really special. And I'm doing it from inside this beautiful home on South Main Avenue because this house is the perfect place to tell this story. We're in a 1921 Tudor Revival in McKennan Park, one of the most coveted neighborhoods in Sioux Falls. And it was built by Morrell-Foster family. And if you're new to Sioux Falls, that name is gonna mean more to you in a couple minutes. And if you live here, you already know. Let me give you a quick snapshot of Sioux Falls for those of you who are researching it as a place to live. Sioux Falls is the largest city in South Dakota, population about 225,000 in the city and growing fast. No state income tax, strong job market, consistently ranking as one of the best places to live in the country. And it's a city that has always punched well above its weight. And a huge part of that is why this city exists the way it does today, goes back to the company I'm going to talk to you about. In 1909, 12 years before this house was even built, a company called John Morrell & Company opened a meatpacking plant along the Big Sioux River just north of Falls Park. For Sioux Falls, the plant wasn't just an employer, it was an anchor. It built neighborhoods, funded families, and gave this city an economic foundation that a lot was built on because of them. The Morrell-Foster family, the family that built this home I'm standing in, was central to that legacy. And that plant has sat on that same land along the same river for over 100 years until right now. Most people in Sioux Falls today know that plant not as John Morrell, but as Smithfield Foods. Because in 1995, Smithfield, a Virginia-based company, acquired it. The name changed, but everything else stayed the same. The job stayed, the community ties stayed. Today, Smithfield employs 3,200 people right here in Sioux Falls. $200 million in wages flowing into the community every single year. For people already living here, Smithfield is just a part of the fabric of our daily lives. For those of you considering moving, it is one of the largest employers in the region, and brings such a cornerstone to not only our city, but to our country. And that plant, like I said, has not moved, not once, until now. In February of 2026, Smithfield Food announced that they are leaving their downtown location and building a brand new facility at Foundation Park, which is in the northwest part of Sioux Falls, near the intersections of I-29 and 90. The investment is up to $1.3 billion. That is the single largest business investment in South Dakota state history. And the new plant will be the most technology advanced facility of its kind in the entire United States. Advanced automation, cutting edge technology, its own on-site wastewater treatment. The new facility will actually be even larger than the current one. And the expectation is that it creates even more jobs over the top of the 3,200 people it already employs. Site work begins this spring. Groundbreaking is expected in the first half of 2027, fully operational by the end of 2028. And I want you to know, this almost didn't happen. Smithfield considered leaving South Dakota entirely. The mayor said, if you think about what the closure of a similarly sized plant did to Nebraska, a multi-billion-dollar annual economic hit, that is what we were looking at. Getting them not to just stay, but to commit $1.3 billion to a brand new facility, that is a massive win for the city and everybody in it. But here's the part of the story I think is pretty bananas, and so amazing for everybody in our community. When Smithfield leaves that downtown site, that 120 acres of land along our beautiful Big Sioux River, right at the head of Falls Park, in the core of downtown Sioux Falls, that land transitions to community ownership. That is being made possible by a $50 million gift from philanthropist Denny Sanford, which is funding the purchase, demolition, and cleanup of the existing plant. The future development will be known as the Sanford District. And I want to stop here for just a hot second, because this is genuinely historic. Like I said, Sioux Falls already punches way above its weight. For a city of our size, our downtown is beyond remarkable. World-class restaurants, live music scenes, the Orpheum, the Washington Pavilion, the Sculpture Walk, Love It at the Falls, a riverfront that people drive hours to experience. We are not a city that people expect to have what we have, and yet here we are. And now we're adding 120 acres of prime real estate right in the heart of it all along the river, adjacent to Falls Park. This is not a small thing. Cities spend decades trying to unlock opportunities like this, and ours in Sioux Falls just landed. The Sanford District has the potential to completely transform the face of downtown Sioux Falls, and it's going to be designed with a community input with every step of the way. Development isn't expected to begin until about 2030 or later, but what gets built there will define the city for the next 100 years. Now, the other side of the story, where is Smithfield going? Foundation Park in Northwest Sioux Falls is already one of the most impressive industrial developments in the entire region. Amazon has a major fulfillment center, actually one of the most productive in the country, and they just purchased additional land to expand even further. CJ Foods is in the middle of constructing a $550 million facility that will be one of the largest Asian food production plants in the world, making egg rolls and dumplings that'll ship from Sioux Falls to Sacramento to Syracuse. FedEx is out there. This is a who's of major employers already committed to the Northwest Sioux Falls area. And now Smithfield, 3,200 jobs, $1.3 billion is joining them up there in Foundation Park. And one more thing I want to mention, because it matters for this city in a real way, the new Smithfield facility will also include a state-of-the-art on-site wastewater treatment plant. If you've ever been to Falls Park on the wrong wind day, you know exactly why that is significant. The odor issue that has been a part of downtown Sioux Falls for around a century goes away with this move. The river corridor gets cleaner, Falls Park gets better, the Sanford District gets built on land that has been remediated and restored. This is not just an economic story, it is an environmental story too. So what does this all mean for real estate in Sioux Falls? If you already live here, you already know that this city is on the move. This accelerates everything. A $1.3 billion investment, locking in 3,200 jobs plus, and 120 acres of downtown land about to completely be reimagined. This is a city that is not slowing down. And if you're considering a move to Sioux Falls or the Sioux Falls area, that is exactly the kind of thing you want to know before you decide. This is not a city sitting still. This is a city actively building its next 100 years right now. And the people who recognize that early are the ones who will look back and know they made the right call. And I've been selling real estate, been in the real estate industry for over 26 years. I have never seen a moment quite like this one. And I want to bring it all the way back to where I'm standing right now. This home was built in 1921 by the family whose name was on the plant for the first 86 years of its existence, the Morrell-Foster family. They helped lay the foundation of this city. And now we're more than 100 years later, and the legacy of what they started is reshaping Sioux Falls all over again, 120 acres at a time. And I thought that was a story worth telling from inside these walls. And if you're wondering what it's like to live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, well, this is the channel you need. We absolutely love this city, and our goal is to showcase every inch of Sioux Falls, the good and the bad, and the whole surrounding area through our videos, so you have a complete understanding of what the best areas are and if it's a fit for your lifestyle, your family, your needs. We're the #1 real estate team in South Dakota. We've been that way since 2017. We rank number 33 in the nation. We have an all-inclusive lifetime home support model that supports our clients before, during, and forever. We have every system and strategy you need, and our clients actually can save up to $20,000 in the first year, and the support and savings continue for life. If you have any questions, reach out, call, email, text. Everything is down there. And again, hit that bell so you're notified when we drop new videos. See ya.